Ever had a day where you thought you might face a really dangerous situation? Most of us probably don't even think about being in danger. But here's the thing, danger can show up unexpectedly, and sometimes you might be all on your own to deal with it. That's where knowing some simple safety and survival tips comes in handy. Let's take a look at a few. Survival Tip 1. Weird smells at home. If your home suddenly smells like urine or seafood for no good reason, don't ignore it. It's not a seafood with a bladder issue, it's likely a problem with electrical wiring. This can be really dangerous, it might even start a fire or cause an explosion. Better turn off the electricity until you figure out what's up. Survival Tip 2. Cooking safety. Leaving a pan or deep fryer alone isn't a great idea, but if things do catch fire, please don't try to put it out with water. That just makes the flames go crazier. Turn off the heat and cover the pan with a wet cloth or a lid. That takes away the fire's oxygen and it'll go out. If it's a small fire, you can throw some baking soda or salt on it to smother it. Having a kitchen fire extinguisher helps too. Survival Tip 3. Car trouble on train tracks. Imagine your car breaking down on train tracks and you see a train coming. Yikes! Get out and run away from the tracks at an angle. That way you won't get hit by debris if there's a crash. Remember, being prepared for unexpected situations is like having your own superpower. Stay safe out there. Survival Tip 4. Be careful with cleaning products. Never mix bleach with cleaning stuff that has ammonia in it. When their fumes mix, they create something bad called chloramine gas. Breathing it can really mess up your health. Remember, ammonia is common in window cleaners. Survival Tip 5. Identifying heat stroke. Heat stroke is a serious condition, and its symptoms such as nausea and dizziness can sometimes be confusing. However, there's a straightforward method to determine if you're indeed having a heat stroke. Just try this simple step: eat something sweet, like a small piece of sugar or candy. The outcome is crucial. If the sweetness tastes terrible, it's a clear signal that you should seek medical assistance right away. This indicates that you might be facing a heat stroke. Survival Tip 6. Lost underwater? Follow the bubbles. If you feel confused after diving and don't know which way to swim to reach the surface, blow out air. The bubbles will go up, and you can follow them to get back up. Survival Tip 7. SOS signal with a spare tire. Envision finding yourself in a stranded situation with no means of communication. In such circumstances, an ingenious way to call for help involves utilizing a spare tire. By igniting the spare tire, you can create a fire. As a consequence, thick black smoke will emerge, making it noticeable from a considerable distance. This smoke acts as a beacon, catching the attention of potential rescuers and guiding them to your whereabouts. It's important to note, however, that you should refrain from venturing far from your vehicle. The vehicle serves as your refuge and significantly enhances your likelihood of being located and assisted. Survival Tip 8. Lightning safety. Contrary to popular belief, lightning can strike twice. Stay safe during a storm by finding a low spot on the ground, like a hollow. Lying down in this position reduces the risk of being struck. Avoid metal objects and your phone. If you sense a metallic taste or your hair stands up before a strike, sit down, put your heels together, and place your hands on your knees to minimize the risk. Survival Tip 9. Checking for electrified objects. To ensure safety when checking for possible electrification, follow this approach. Use the back of your hand to touch the object. If there's an electric charge, your hand will instinctively move away. However, if you touch it with your palm, the charge might cause your hand to clench involuntarily. This method helps you avoid potential risks from electrical hazards. Survival Tip 10. Treating snake bites. Stay informed and avoid common misconceptions about snake bites. Do not attempt to suck out venom, apply bandages, or use cold compresses. Instead, provide the victim with an antihistamine, encourage fluid intake, and prioritize getting them to a hospital quickly. Note, refrain from touching the area around the wound, as it could accelerate the spread of venom. Remember, being well prepared and knowledgeable about these safety measures can potentially be life-saving in critical situations. Survival Tip 11. In an emergency call, share your address first. When you need emergency help, start by telling them where you are. Then explain why you need help. This way, even if you can't continue talking, they will know where to send assistance. Survival tip 12. Plug your nose before jumping. Before you jump into a lake or pond from a high place, cover your nose with your fingers. The water might have tiny dangerous creatures, like the brain-eating amoeba. If you don't cover your nose, the water's strong thrush can bring this creature into your nose. It can go to your brain, which is harmful. But if you swallow it, it won't hurt you. Survival tip 13. Watch out for scratches and bites. Any scratch or bite from a wild animal can lead to a disease called rabies. After such an incident, quickly clean the wound well and go to the hospital within 10 to 15 minutes. Waiting too long makes it harder to get better. Rabies is a serious sickness caused by a virus, and it's tough to treat if too much time passes after you've been near an infected animal. Survival tip 14. Bright sun glare can hide cars. If you're crossing the road and see a bright sun reflection on a car's windshield coming towards you, let the car pass. Even if you have the right to cross, the driver might not see you because of the bright light. Be cautious. Survival tip 15. Escaping through the car window. If you need to get out of your car through a window, grab something heavy and hit the corners of the glass, not the middle. The corners are weaker and easier to break. Survival tip 16. A surprising fire starter, water bottles. It might sound strange, but leaving a water bottle in direct sunlight for a long time can actually start a fire. The bottle can act like a lens and focus the sunlight's heat in one spot. So, don't leave water bottles in your car on sunny days, and keep them away from windows at home. Survival tip 17. Facing a tornado, quick decision matters. When you're facing a tornado, especially if it seems to stay in one place, it might be moving towards you. Choose a tall object, like a tree or a building, and watch its position. If the tornado doesn't shift to the left or right of that object, it's either coming towards you or moving away. Don't take chances, quickly move to the side away from where the tornado seems to be headed. Survival tip 18. Metallic taste in water, danger alert. If you taste something metallic in your mouth while swimming in a big pool, there's danger nearby. It's a sign of an electrical problem. Get out of the water right away because touching the source of the issue can be very dangerous. Survival tip 19. Regain control when your car skids. When your car starts sliding on a slippery road, steer the same way it's sliding instead of against it. This will help you regain control and lower the chance of flipping over. Remember, don't slam on the brakes in this situation. Survival tip 20. Escaping quicksand, slow and steady. While the chances are low, if you ever find yourself sinking in quicksand, throw away your things to make yourself lighter. Take small steps backward towards solid ground. If you're waist deep, carefully lie down on your back, as if floating on water. This spreads your weight and helps you stay afloat. Then, slowly move towards safer ground using your legs. It's a slow process, but it can save you. Have you ever used any survival tricks to get out of a tough spot? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this helpful, give the video a thumbs up and share it with friends. Thank you for watching Psychology Hacks.